Let's move on now to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today gets sent in to us by Maxi S, who writes, the first set of award nominations are in, and the race for Best Picture Oscar seems to be shaping up pretty clearly. 5 movies have gotten an AFI Movie of the Year award, a spot on the National Board of Review Top 10 list, a Critics' Choice Best Picture Award nomination, and a Golden Globe Best Drama or Best Comedy Musical nomination. These 5 are 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, and Marriage Stories. Those are locks for an Oscar nomination. Now, Knives Out and Joker have 3 out of the 4. Will they or won't they make the cut? All right, thanks for sending that in. And listen, the first off, Maxi, I've got to agree with you. 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, and Marriage Story. I think you're right. I think these are locks for 5 of the spots for the potential Best Picture race. I think them being on the tops of those lists all the way through, I think it really is an indication. Nothing's a guarantee, obviously, but if you're going to use the term lock applies to those just as well as any of them, absolutely. I also believe Joker is a lock for one of the spots. It's just got you when you win the Golden Lion at the festival, when you get all the buzz that it's been getting, when Joaquin Phoenix is going to be one of the nominees for Best Actor of the Year, when you've got the director being nominated for Best Director, it's hard not to be that. I also really got to believe, what was the last one there? Jojo Rabbit? Knives Out. I got to keep my fingers crossed that Knives Out is up there. It is my 3rd favorite film of the year, and I would love to see it. But I think you got to throw in another one, and that's Parasite. I think Parasite, with all of the buzz that it's getting, I just don't see how it doesn't get one of those spots. Now, here's the interesting thing, Aaron. Right there, we're already at 8. Mm-hmm. If you count all the ones we just talked about, that's 8. And that could be the maximum that they do this year. Now, they can have up to a maximum of 10. Oh, God. But the way the voting procedure works, it could be as little as 7, but normally it's 8, sometimes 9. Mm-hmm. So that leaves a couple of films out in the cold. There's the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie is out in the cold in that part. There's a couple of others. Do you think those ones that we just talked about are pretty much now, we're starting to get a clear picture about what the race is actually going to be and who's in there? Or do you think there's 1 or 2 being left out in the cold? Right? Like Uncut Gems is another one that some people thought. A lot of people were thinking Dolomite Is My Name might actually sneak in there and get one of these nomination spots. Are there any that you're surprised that hasn't been more talked about in these conversations?
Well, with Dolomite Is My Name and Uncut Gems, the buzz that I have always heard is more about Eddie Murphy and Adam Sandler, not necessarily the films themselves. Now that we're looking at it, I'm actually surprised that Knives Out didn't get an ensemble nomination, because
I was shocked.
That is an ensemble.
Shocked. Yes, it is. Like, I can't believe that didn't get an ensemble nomination. That
definitely should have gotten an ensemble way before Once Upon a Time. But yes, obviously Joker is going to be in there. And I think that there's going to be a dark horse. I think there's going to be an additional film that comes out that none of us saw, or none of us saw coming, being in the race. And I think we're in for a shock.
I mean, and there are
I don't know what it's going to be, but
there are a couple others. For Honey Boy is one that's getting a lot of conversation. Peanut Butter Falcon is one that's getting a lot of conversation as well. So there are a number of films that could be a dark horse, but again, we are starting to get a pretty clear picture about what the race will actually be. Question is, guys, do you think there's any films really missing from that discussion that should be involved in there? Are you surprised by any of there? Are you surprised by some of the names that aren't there? What do you guys think? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.